Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another BBFC age rating logo comparison video. A lot of you guys really liked the last comparison video I did with these age logos, which was the 2002 ones versus the 2019 logos. So today I thought it would be interesting to pit the two oldest logos for these particular BBFC ratings against each other. These sets of logos we'll be looking at today are from 1985, which is the one you can see on the bottom right, and from 1989, which is the one you can see on the top left. It's also worth noting that there was a set of logos from 1982 when these ratings were first introduced, but all of those logos were black, so they didn't have any color to them, so I just thought I'm not gonna compare those because the ones with color would win. But it's also worth noting that the 1989 ones, each logo has also changed a little bit over time. Chances are, if you look at any random VHS or DVD that has the 1989 logos on them, the size, in terms of size, the logo might look a bit different. The 1989 one basically has two sets of logos. The other one has things a bit different in terms of size, like for example the actual PG 1515, that all might look a bit different in terms of sizing. But with all that said, let's start the comparison. Additionally, I won't be including UC on this comparison because it's just the U logo with a small C in the corner of it. And also there will be no 12 comparison here because the 1985 one doesn't have it. And one final note, this video is very weird. It involves me talking about symbols and logos and me occasionally saying that logos have personalities. So if that stuff is too weird for you, then feel free to leave. I love making these comparison videos, so if any of you guys have any idea of anything I could compare next, feel free to let me know. We're basically done with the BBFC logos for the modern ratings now. But if there's anything movie related you guys think I could compare next, feel free to let me know. So without further ado, let's start the comparison video and let's start talking about the first one, the U certificate. And also sorry about the fact that these images are very low quality. They are old, so they're not that easy to find in a high quality on the internet. But anyway, the U certificate, the 1985 logos are a lot more simple in design than the 1989 ones. And with this set of logos that I'm including in this comparison video for the 1989 ones, the U and PG logos have really bugged me. I hate the way that the actual letters they're a lot thinner than the ones on the 1985 ones, and the one on the 1985 one, the 1985 U certificate logo does remind me of the 2002 one, and I've said before I do absolutely love that logo. Additionally, I like the green color more on the 1985 U certificate. It feels more friendly. And I've said before, the U certificate, it means it's for all ages, so I think the logo should look friendly, which is something I said in my last comparison video. Yes, I'm talking about logos looking friendly. One thing I do like about the 1989 one though is that I know you can't see it on the 1985 one because it is is blending in with the black image I have on screen behind these logos. The sort of outline for on the 1989 one, it has a white outline. The one in the 1985 has that, but it's black. I do prefer the white one. I think it looks better. But overall, I honestly think the 1985 one looks better than the 1989 one. I've always had problems with the 1989 ones, like I said. So I think overall the 1985 one is probably going to take the cake for this round. But now moving on to the PG certificate. Like I said, I have a lot of the same problems with the 1989 PG certificate as I do with the 1989 U certificate. And that is that I hate the way that the letters P and G are like thin, and I don't know. I think the white outline does look kind of good. I hate how the actual BBFC, because you can see on the inside the triangle it says BBFC, which none of the 1985 ones have. I hate how that's black. That just doesn't work for me personally. And I do like the shade of yellow on the 1985 one more than the one on the 1989 one. And I actually kind of like how the P and the G is black. I actually think that works kind of well for this one. The 1985 one looks a lot goofier, but honestly, I think it's probably the better logo out of these two, in my opinion. Next up, we got the 15 certificate logo. I don't have a lot to say about this one, so I will keep everything brief. But I really do not like the 1985 one. I've never been a massive fan of the 1989 one either. I don't like, again, how the 1.5 is so thin.
But the 1985 one, they're basically the same logo, with the colors and everything. But honestly, I just think the numbers in the 1985 one are too big. I hate the font that it has, and I really don't like how most of it is just white. I think the 1989 one looks better. I don't particularly like the 1989 one that much, but it probably looks better than the 1985 one. So I think I prefer the 1989 one in this case. Next up, we got the 18 certificate. And one thing I really do not like about the 1989 one is how it has a white outline. I think the red and the white don't look too bad together, but it's an 18 certificate. And honestly, I just don't think it works that well for that particular rating. The 1985 one, I know you can't see it very well because it's mostly blending in with the black background. The 1985 one does have a black outline, which I think works a lot better for the 18 certificate. The 1989 one does also have a black outline, but it also has the white one, which I don't think works very well. It looks good, but I just don't think it works very well for the 18 certificate. Again, the font and the actual size of the numbers in the 1985 one, I don't think looks very good. I also do not like how the numbers look on the 1989 one either. And I think the shade of red on the 1989 one is better than the 1985 one. I honestly think the 1985 one looks a bit more like a video game rating, like a PEGI logo or something, but I honestly think it looks better than the 1989 one. And finally, we have the R18 certificate, or the restricted 18 certificate, which, technically isn't it's an official BBFC rating, but is very, very rarely used. If you know anything about the rating, you'll know that it isn't used for mainstream movies, I guess. But still, it's included on this ranking because there is one for 1989 and 1985. And I also think the 1989 one just looks better. I think it's more detailed than the 1985 one is. I think that the blue and white with the white outline this one has works better than the red and white. And I do like the shade of blue on the 1985 one a little bit better, but I just love how much more creative the 1989 one looks with the restricted 18. And the 1985 one's just sort of more simply laid out. So I think I prefer the 1989 one to the 1985 one. I like the shade of blue in the 1985 one. I think it's just too bright for this rating. The 1989 one looks a bit goofy considering the fact it's restricted 18, but I still think it looks better than the 1985 one. Overall, I do really like the 1989 logos. I think they look nice and retro. And I'm pretty sure it will have quite a large nostalgia level for people who grew up with VHSs and DVDs that had this logo on it, or these particular logos on them. And I personally don't have that nostalgia myself because I didn't grow up with many DVDs or any physical media that had those ratings on it. But I can still sort of sense that nostalgia, I guess, if that's how you want to put it. Overall, though, and this did surprise me when I actually got to it, I think looking at it in detail, the 1985 ones, I honestly prefer them to the 1989 ones. I think the colours on them look nicer. I just think they look nicer than on the 1989 ones. Not all of the colours on these ones fit their corresponding age rating. But I still think they do look nicer. I really like those U and PG ones. The 1989 ones look similar to the 2002 ratings. So I guess that's why I think these ones look better. But honestly, I think they just have nicer designs and aesthetically they look better than the 1989 ones. So that's why I think these are my favourite out of these two sets of BBFC logos. But as always, though, feel free to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Which set of these logos do you like better? Do you like the 1985 ones better or the 1989 ones better? That's basically all I have for today. Again, if there's anything you think I should compare, again, that's movie related, feel free to let me know in the comments below. So thank you very much for watching this comparison video. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to. And until next time, bye-bye.